Expendables 3. They still got it.
Maybe.
Alright, so the Expendables 3. This one stars about, 50 people in it. I'm not even going to go through the names, you know who's in it. There's some new people, the youngsters in it. Really, it starts with Sylvester Stallone. He's got his old crew. It starts off with an action scene to set the stage for what's happening. And then he's like, hey, you guys are too old, get out of here. I need some young folks to go after Mel Gibson, who's from his past. And so the premise of the movie is it's normal for an Expendables movie. They have to track down a guy, big fight scene ensues. But what's different about this one is the old crew, they're old. And they know that. They're like, yeah, we're not cut out for this anymore. So Sylvester Stallone cut ties with them, and he goes out to search for some young blood.
Yeah, especially in the beginning, this is kind of a Sylvester Stallone movie.
Yeah, it's just him.
Yeah, it's
even
kind
with
of
the cast.
Yeah, the whole cast. Fortunately, at the end, it does get a little bit better, where we see a lot of good stuff. But it's really slow in the beginning. That was my main gripe about this movie. It's super slow, especially in the beginning, and just the setup. And a lot of pointless stories and all this stuff that didn't really matter to the plot. And it really, I felt like they kind of just were trying to figure out a way to extend it so they could get to that last action scene. Because really, that was the point where I enjoyed this movie. The rest was kind of interesting. Sylvester Stallone, you're going to get the classic Expendables Sylvester Stallone character. You know, he's coming back again. You're going to see a lot of familiar faces. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mel Gibson, you know. The list goes on. Harrison Ford even makes his appearance in this movie. Actually gets a little more time than I thought he would.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you're going to see plenty of guys you know, and a lot of new guys with these young guys, and yeah.
Yeah. So there's like half an hour that they devote to setting up these new guys, the young people, where they go out on a search for all these new people. That was really boring because they set them up with the whole backstory. Then the young guys don't even have a big part in the movie, even though you'd think they would. They kind of go away. So it's like, why'd you spend half an hour setting up these young people in the movie to just get rid of them for a while? That's the part that kind of bugged me, is we wasted all that time and then it didn't pay off. But yeah, like you said, the last 45 minutes of the movie were actually fun to watch. I enjoyed the action scenes in them and all the cameos that show up. Those are fun to see. So yeah, I enjoyed the last half of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, for an Expendables movie, you want to see more action. I think that was what kind of hurt the movie early on. I think that's what's going to really drive a lot of people down, especially. But again, yeah, I mean, this is a weird movie with those new characters, because those new characters I felt like were almost villains. They didn't need to be in the movie, but technically they actually did, because they wanted to show them. Yeah. So, you know, none of them really had much personality besides one character.
Yeah, I liked, he's kind of the hacker dude. They gave him he was like the main guy of the new kids, and I thought he did a pretty good job. I kind of liked him. I got into him a little bit. But the other ones, like Ronda Rousey and them, their acting was pretty poor. I mean, it was Ronda Rousey, sorry, but she can't act. And when she's fighting, she's just doing wrestling moves on top of people. So I thought she was a fill-in. The other two guys can't even remember who they were or what they did, because they were just fill-ins to be there shooting a gun. But so the new guys were kind of a waste of time for me. But again, like you said, you come here to see these old guys and hear their one-liners and see them shooting up people, which you didn't get for most of the movie except the beginning fight scene in the end, so that was the letdown for me. Yeah,
you come and want to see a lot more, especially with this cast. The good news is we did get to see it. That's the one good thing. Yeah. If we didn't get to see it, that would have been, to me, a complete waste of time. But we got to see it, and again, like I say, you know, it was kind of a good finish to the Expendables franchise, which I believe is the last one.
Should be. Who knows, though?
Yeah, who knows? They might decide to reboot it, but again, I doubt it. But again, this is a good finish. I liked it. Lots of good action and lots of great characters.
Yeah, I felt the movie overall was just a lot of people are calling it a cash grab, but I don't think it was that. It was a little better than that. I was hearing a lot of awful things about it, but it was better than I expected. A lot of people's complaints was the PG-13 rating, which I thought that did have an impact on how much action we got to see.
A little bit.
It definitely took away some of the action scenes, but overall it didn't really affect how I watched the action. I still enjoyed watching it, but I do think it did affect the number of action scenes that we got to see.
Yeah, as for the money grabber thing, I think some of it maybe, but I think Sylvester Stallone's pretty committed to this. I think he actually enjoys doing
he
these
doesn't
movies a
phone
lot.
it in. He doesn't phone it in like you
Yeah.
expect. In a cash grab, usually the main actor, like Bruce Willis in A Good Day to Die Hard, they're not even in the movie, basically. They're just a shadow of what they were, but Sylvester Stallone commits himself to this role.
No, I mean, yeah, and he actually was pretty awesome. I mean, we saw lots of good action scenes and stuff, but yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, this movie, again, is, compared to the other ones, I don't know if this is my favorite one, but I like to say, I don't know, but I definitely still enjoyed the ending, as with any Expendables movie. You're still going to enjoy the action, but the beginning plot really hurt me, and that's the one bad thing. So I'm going to have to give this movie a 5.5 out of 10. It got done in the end, but again, the beginning is just, it was too jumbled. The plot was kind of screwed up in that part, but still, lots of good people in the cast, and you're going to enjoy it. And I suggest buying a ticket or wait for Blu-ray. It's kind of your call.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on how you look at these movies. I'd kind of say wait for DVD a little bit, maybe a second run theater, because it's not, I can't say it's a good movie overall because it's not, but it is some good action scenes. You get to see all your favorite stars from the 80s back on the big screen, so that's always fun to see. But overall as a movie, again, I can't give it a good rating, but I'm going to go just a tick lower, 5.25 out of 10, because again, the last 45 minutes I thought were fun, even though, of course, it was super unrealistic. But you have to put aside that, and you just have to enjoy it. But overall, the whole movie was really slow for me leading up to that. That's why I can't give it that high of a score. So thank you guys for watching J&J Reviews. We got our top 5 movies of the summer coming up for you guys. That's the next big video. We're excited for that. So thank you guys for watching J&J Reviews.
Signing out.